Kenneth, how is this season different for you going into the season?
It's real different. Obviously I gained a lot of experience last year. Starting on 14 games and stuff like that. So it's real different. Just taking that experience, putting it to use, and getting out there and getting after it. So I'm ready to go. I feel great. So I'm just ready to get out there and get after it.
What stands out to you about Devin Singletary on the field?
He's a real good back, man. He has a lot to his game. Real good jump cut guy. Real explosive. You definitely have to wrap him up. He's one of those type of guys. Right now I've watched him. I've done a breakdown on FAU, so I'm really impressed with his game right now.
As far as the quarterbacks go, they have a name in line. Three of them are battling. Have you ever watched different, as far as like Arkansas for TV and LSU for Younger Johnson? Have you ever watched some of that to see as you're acting with those players? You just kind of like just going off last season that they used to.
I've watched a few of their games. All of the guys that are competing for the job, obviously just trying to get ahead. Without knowing the starter, I really don't have somebody to really break down right now, which is fine. That's up to them at the end of the day. So, like I said, I've done a breakdown on FAU and getting into their offense and stuff like that. And like I said, I like what I've seen so far.
When you were breaking them down on film, is there anything kind of specifically that stood out about Lane Kiffin's offense?
He runs a real explosive offense. They like to run tempo style offense, stuff like that. So he likes to spread you out and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, Lane Kiffin, he's known for offense. So at the end of the day, great offensive coach and great coach at the end of the day. So.
Kenneth, what's it like if you do end up facing Chris at quarterback, playing a guy that was basically in your locker room going into last fall?
It's always fun in games. Like I said, football is a game, and Chris is one of my boys. We came in together and stuff like that. So he's one of my boys. And even though he left and he went through what he went through, he's always gonna be my boy. It'll be fun to get out there and compete with him and stuff like that. We'll get after it throughout the game, and afterwards we'll be family. So.
He's somebody that you've communicated with since very much?
Not very much. I haven't really communicated with him, but we talk here or there and stuff like that. So he knows at the end of the day, we still family and stuff like that. And, we came in together, so he was a quarterback for our class, the Squad 17 class. So obviously those guys, all of us guys, were real close.
Did you take any of his tweet back in December or January to heart whenever he put up that picture on Twitter?
I really don't get into Twitter beef, so I didn't take it to heart. It was a tweet. That's a tweet. So at the end of the day, it comes down to what happens in the 60 minutes of the game. So.
Kenneth, you said that it's a lot different for you this year after a year of experience. You could go back last year and tell yourself a year ago, you need to know X, Y, Z. Are there a couple of things that you would try to tell young Kenneth about what he's about to face?
Yeah, for sure. Preparation, knowing how to prepare for the game, and just trusting my technique and looking at guys that have played at a high level and trying to pattern my game after them. Because I feel like last year, I kind of came in and I was just playing off raw athleticism. I really didn't understand like the scheme and things of what I was trying to do. So just understanding the preparation that it takes to be great, and understanding just certain fundamentals that I need to be a great linebacker. So just understanding that, getting that stuff under my feet. It took a while for me to get it, but I feel like I'm pretty good in where I need to be right now.
When did you realize, was there a point last year that sort of hit you about the preparation, or was that even into the off season before you really started to formulate, okay, this is what I need to do?
It kind of hit me sort of like right after the first two games, just how to prepare, because especially when you're watching tape as an inside linebacker, a lot of times you can just watch tape, and there's a difference between just watching tape and then watching tape with actual purpose to watching tape. So just figuring out what my purpose was, what specifically I wanted to watch that day, and just getting that stuff organized throughout the week, just helps me a tremendous amount. So just realizing that preparation. Probably after the second game, when I realized what I needed to do, not just set up like a schedule for myself to do what I need to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, a lot of fans who expect the defense to be better, they sort of start with you. They say you're going to be a lot better, and therefore that will, you know what I mean, that'll feed over the rest of the defense. Is that fair? And if so, is that a lot of pressure to put on just one guy?
At the end of the day, I mean, it's not a lot of pressure at all because, I mean, I'm the Mike backer. So at the end of the day, I'm out here saying I want the defense to be built around me and stuff like that. So, I mean, I got to be the one to deal with what comes with it. So at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like I've been working hard on my game. I feel like I've been putting in the work that I need to be put in. I feel like my coaches are happy where I'm at right now, and every day I'm out there trying to get better. So, I mean, that's all I can ask of myself is to go out there and get 100% and get better every day.
Can you sense that your improvement does rub off on the guys around you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely, since I know what I'm doing and I know how to, get to where I need to be, I know how to do certain techniques and stuff like that, it allows me to be more vocal. It allows me to recognize a lot of other different stuff. So now I don't just have to focus on just being a linebacker. Now I can focus on a lot of other things throughout the game.
So Riley calls you the heart of the defense, so they kind of sit you down and talk to you and said, look, man, you're the leader out there. You need to get everybody in the right spots, lined up correctly, kind of put the onus on you a little bit on the field?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that me and Coach Riley, we talked about personally, one-on-one, and it's something that me and the defensive coaches, we talked about, and it's just something that I take personally. As far as, like, getting calls, getting stuff lined up, I mean, I feel like if somebody's not lined up, it doesn't matter what the excuse is or what happens, it's always going to come back on me. And that's just how I am. So anytime anything happens, no matter if it's a hurry-up situation and somebody just doesn't get the call and they're all the way on the other side of the field, I still take that. That's my fault. So anytime that stuff happens and stuff like that, I'm always like, coach, it's on me. Because at the end of the day, they're making me responsible to get everybody to call, be the number one communicator. So at the end of the day, that's what I have to do.
Aside from your personal growth, are there a couple other guys that you've seen maybe take a couple of jumps, or even some new personnel that's come in that give you confidence that this defense will be better this season?
Definitely our D-line. Neville Gallimore has been a guy that has, I joke around with those guys a lot, and I say, keep me safe and stuff like that, keep me from getting touched. And so, definitely the D-line overall. Neville Gallimore is a guy that's definitely showed tremendous improvement, definitely is doing his thing. Kenneth Murray is another guy down front that's doing his thing. Monty Bledsoe. I mean, even if you look at the guys in the secondary, I mean, you got Justin Broyles, who, I mean, he had a tremendous camp. He's doing his thing, and then you got Trey Norwood, who's, I don't know, Coach Cooks, he calls him Mr. Consistent, but he's definitely a consistent dude, definitely out there playing. So, I mean, we got pieces all around our defense, and so right now it's just a matter of just getting on the field, communicating, and going out there and showing effort to get to the ball.
Hey, Kenneth, you and Justin Broyles were similarly high school recruits and that sort of thing. He sets out last year while you're playing a major role. I mean, did you sense how he was handling that, working through that? Because that can be a pretty tough deal to have to work through. Well,
he definitely handled it in a great way. I mean, he knew that he was redshirted and he knew he wasn't going to be able to get on the field, so he took advantage of it. So he took advantage of the full year to work on his game, to work on specific techniques and stuff like that, and work on his mental side of the game and stuff like that. So I feel like he took it great. I mean, he went out there and worked on his game, and now he came back and now he's doing his thing. So I mean, for a guy like that, as hard as he works, it's always impressive. It's always makes you want to work harder, especially when you got somebody like that that works that hard on your defense.
Kenneth, creating turnovers have been down the last couple of years. How much of an added emphasis has that been entering the season?
That's critical. I mean, creating turnovers is something that's critical for our defense. That's what we want to do on defense, is cause havoc. So at the end of the day, that's critical. That's something that we work on every day, is trying to get out there and create turnovers and create big plays, big difference plays. So that's just critical in our defense, is trying to get out there and cause havoc.
Is there a player, a freshman, I'm sure somebody took you under their wings last year? Is there somebody that you've taken under your wings this year?
I got both my LBs, Brian Asamoah and Deshaun White. Both of those guys obviously are in my room and stuff like that I talk to a lot. I mean, we got tons of freshmen that play. That's going to play. Ronnie Perkins is one of the guys. Book is another one of the guys. Just guys that they know I went through the same thing last year that they're free to go through now. And so they're always able to come talk to me and ask me a question. What do you think about this? Or like, how was he doing this and stuff like that? So I'm always able to give advice to those guys like that.
Does Deshaun remind you a lot of himself last year, and whether he plays the first of the game?
Definitely. I mean, he reminds me of myself, but at a like way more advanced stage. Because like I said, coming out of high school, I didn't play linebacker at all. I was like, I never played inside linebacker until I got here. So he obviously played linebacker 4 years in high school, and so he kind of has like the gist of things a little bit better than what I did a year ago. But he definitely reminds me a lot of myself. You know, hard worker, guy like that. You can build something around. So I definitely like the way he's progressing right now.
Do y'all have kind of a chip on your shoulder for the way that last season ended defensively, or do you just erase it, clean the slate, move forward?
It's kind of a little bit of both. Definitely gonna have a chip on our shoulder because of the way it ended and the way that our defense is perceived. But at the end of the day, it's a new year. It's time to start new. So it's kind of like a two-way thing. You keep that chip on your shoulder, you go out there and you play aggressive and do stuff like that. But at the same time, you realize like this is the whole new unit, a whole new team. You gotta have a whole new identity. So it's just gotta have that mindset to go out there and ball every time we get on the field.
Last year you guys were called pretenders. This year you're called kind of overrated.
Yeah.
You go make the sign or carry around, or you go.
I mean, I wouldn't mind making another sign. That's how I feel. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they say what they want to say. We got to go out there and play. So at the end of the day, we're gonna go out there and play and do what we need to do.